Good afternoon, guys. Hey, it's Scott with Heritage Farms, Texas. Well, it's a rainy Friday afternoon. That's right, the weather's terrible here in North Texas. It's raining, showers, probably right around 60 degrees, just cold, misty. So, we're in the garage at the Heritage Farms corporate offices. And I'm a little embarrassed to pan around because I have to explain, there's a couple of things going on around my place. Number one, here's the attic elevator that I built and installed. As you can see, it's got Santa's workshop on it, carrying all kinds of stuff. There's all kinds of Santa boxes in my garage. I mean, there's Christmas tree ornaments and things. My garage is an absolute mess. Today's video is brought to you by the unofficial sponsor of Miller Lite, who one day will hopefully sponsor our channel, but so far they're not calling. No luck. Anyway, back to the video. So my daughter got married this past week before Thanksgiving. So blessed. So there's all kinds of wedding stuff out here. There's leftovers from the party. There is her stuff that needs to be transferred down to here to her house. But hey, back to the subject at hand here, which is the Kubota Sidekick. The Kubota Sidekick had a little bit of a problem, and I'm going to talk to you about what it is. And taking this opportunity, I apologize for the dark lighting. Once again, it's a cloudy, rainy day, and we're making the best of it. So, the problem with the Sidekick, we had an MTX soundbar speaker system put in this thing. And it was put in, and I'm not gonna say who installed it. It wasn't me. But anyway, one of the problems we had is since we're weekend warriors, we would show up to the farm on the weekend and the battery would be dead on this thing. And it's a brand new Kubota. So we would have to instantly charge it, and it'd take 2 or 3 hours, and then sure enough, it'd crank up and it'd run great for the weekend, no problems. But then when we got ready to leave, we'd shut it down, put it in the barn, lock it up, and come back a week later and the battery would be dead again. We couldn't figure out what the drain was on the battery. So the only thing we could figure out was the people that installed that sound bar had actually came up here to the front. You can see here's the horn on the Kubota. And there was this little connection, or this little terminal. And they took a couple of little spade clips that wasn't even the right connection to this, stuck it in there, and literally put masking tape on it. And I think that was part of the drain. I think something was going on with the memory or the clock on the sound bar that was draining the battery during the week. So basically, I disconnected it. It really bothered me. I didn't like the fact that this connector here was just open to get dust and dirt in it. So anyway, put electrical tape back on it, totally uninstalled the sound bar. So we're done up here on the front. I don't believe that's the way to do it. So me, over-engineering stuff, or southern engineering it, yeah, that's what we'll call it. I decided to do something a little different. So in today's video, I'm gonna put a battery disconnect switch on there. And if you guys have never done one of these before, they are pretty neat. The nice thing about it, when you flip that switch, that battery is 100% disconnected. There's no chance for shorts. There's gonna be zero drain on that battery while you're gone. When you come back, flip the switch and you're ready to go. So the one I went with is the Fastronics Master Disconnect Switch. That's right, that's the one. And what you do, real simple, you come in here and you hit the positive side of your battery, you come up here to one side of your switch, and then you come to the other side of the switch and it goes down to your starter on the other side. So what we have here, this was the factory battery cable. I had to drill out that end to make it fit the terminal, no problem. Went to AutoZone, bought a 24-inch battery cable, a few miscellaneous supplies for some of the other wiring on the stereo. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna hook the stereo up to the positive side of this switch. So when I flip the switch on the weekend, we'll have fresh power. The stereo will get power for the first time. There will be no drain during the week when it's sitting in storage, and we should be good to go. So come over here. So once again, apologize for the mess. This is where the battery is on the left-hand side underneath the driver's seat. So what we're doing is I needed to put the switch somewhere convenient, easy to get to, and close. Well, I decided I was gonna put it right beside the emergency brake. So let me show you how this is gonna look here. If I can pull this off, bear with me. I gotta take a screw. Get all the tools and supplies, everything out here. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. So this is where the switch is gonna go. In there, just like that. All right, so this is how the switch will look now that I have it temporarily installed. It's not in the right position or anything like that, but anyway, you'll get the gist of it. Switch goes on there, and basically, it's got a very distinct switching sound to it when it's connected properly and it's not rotating. Right now, I don't have the screw in here. This thing has got an on and an off, and you'll be able to just really check this out. Get this all lined up a little bit. Well, hard to video and do this with one hand, but there you go. That's what this battery disconnect switch will look like. I apologize, but we've been working the fire out of this Kubota. It is dirty, nasty. Heritage Farms, Telephone, Texas. So yes, the Kubota is on the dirty side. So we'll come down here, we'll connect the battery. The positive side will go up to one side of the starter. We'll come back with the switch on the other side, and we'll get this all wrapped up and secured, and then we should be good to go. So the master plan, when we get to the farm on the weekend, we flip the battery to the on position. The cart should have power for the very first time, should be good to go, fresh battery. When we leave for the weekend, we should be able to flip the switch on the main disconnect and basically remove all power from the Kubota. And that should eliminate the drain on the electrical system, and we should be good. Now, if we were driving this every single day, the alternator would overpower what little drain there is. But when this thing sits 5 or 6 days at a time, not being driven, it's just not enough juice there to keep the battery up. So that's what we're working on. We'll show you when it's all finished. Well, of course, there's always something. So this one connector that I have has got to fit on that terminal right there, if you can see. And that hole is just a little bit too small. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk over to the Heritage Farms hot rod shop. Look at all the whips in the garage today, man. The family is on board, and we are all here today for Thanksgiving. So, or I should say the day after Thanksgiving. So now we're going over to the hot rod shop. Let's see if we can get some lights going in here. But yeah, what a dreary, rainy, miserable day it is here in North Texas. So let's see if we can get things going, get some things lit up, give you guys a rare look into the Heritage Farms shop. We are going to be using, that's right, a Sears Craftsman drill press. And it is a beast of a drill press. And I've already had to do this once. So I'm trying to figure out how to set up the camera where you guys can see what I'm doing. Oops, bear with me. My daughter took my GoPro, so I'm having to work off of an iPhone. And if I told you it was challenging, that is an understatement. What we're gonna do first, we're gonna secure the fitting in a small vise, and this is very challenging because if you squeeze it too hard, you'll bend it. once again. Houston, we have a problem. We have a problem. Okay guys, here we go. This is kind of what the finished switch installation looks like. I don't know if you can see this. Sorry for the poor lighting. Battery in the on position, battery in the off. So what we'll do is when we come down for the weekend, we get ready to go. We got an on switch and an off switch, and that battery will be 100% disconnected. So let's see if you can see the magic down under here. And I'm no professional mechanic or anything, but you can see here. So the red cap is the cable coming in from the positive side of your battery. On the black side or the right hand side is everything going out to the starter. That's also got the power to the stereo and the other electronics on here. So, and you see you got a fuse right here for the stereo if something goes out, easily accessible. So this panel right here has got just a couple of screws on it, so you can get access to this pretty easily. If I need to add any additional accessories in the future, I just come on here and add them to that black lug on this side and we're good to go. So for the most part, I think we have it. I'm charging the battery overnight, so tomorrow when it's fresh and hopefully the lighting's better, we'll take it out, do a demonstration of how it actually works with the switch on, switch off, and what we got going. Hey, more info to follow. Hello guys, hey, it's Scott with Heritage Farms, Texas. Well, it's Saturday morning and we are wrapping up the project on the 850 Kubota Sidekick where we're installing a battery disconnect switch. So let's check it out. So what we did, just to recap, we were having that problem with battery drain where we'd leave it sitting over the weekend and all of a sudden this thing would not start. When we would get there on the weekend, I'd have to charge it for a couple hours to make it go. Well, what we did was we came in, we installed a battery disconnect switch. And I'll tell you what, I'm pretty impressed with it. Fastronics was the brand. And one of the main problems we had was, I think it was the way they had originally wired the sound system that had a drain on it was done incorrectly. We since corrected that, tied up all the wires, routed all of our cables all the way down to the battery. We installed a battery disconnect switch. And I'm hoping that this eliminates it because this is a totally dead switch. So when you flip this, everything is dead. So for example, it's in the off position right now. When I get in here and try to start it, absolutely nothing happens, no electricity. But when we come over here and we flip the switch to the on position, you can see we now have battery and the Kubota starts. So not only does the Kubota start now, and we have battery in the on position, but if you can see, let's go ahead and start this up. When you come over here, if I flip this to the off, you can see it immediately killed all electrical, all power to the actual Kubota. So once again, on position, come over here, starts up. Okay, so one thing we're gonna try here, let's see here, now that we got the battery in the on position, let's see if we got power. Look at there, stereo. So we are all set. Come down here, flip the battery disconnect switch. You can see power to the stereo goes off. So we have pretty much wrapped up the Kubota 850 Sidekick battery disconnect switch project. So pretty excited about that. Glad to get that wrapped up. And I think that's gonna solve a lot of our problems. So The moral of that story is only have qualified technicians install your sound system. Probably could have been done correctly and we wouldn't have needed this particular switch. But I tell you what, I kind of like it. It gives peace of mind. And in our situation, when we're leaving for a week and let's say a mouse or a squirrel or something gets in there and chews one of the cords and you get a direct short, it could in essence spark and cause a fire. Well, in this situation, when I leave, I have pretty good confidence in knowing that when I flip that switch, this thing's gonna be locked down and that battery is in essence disconnected and shouldn't give us any problems. Hey guys, if you like what you see, leave a comment, hit the thumbs up. Tell me about any electrical problems you've had. Have you had anything similar happen to you as far as battery drain is concerned? So hey, love to hear from you. If you haven't joined our channel, please hit the subscribe button and look forward to hearing from you guys. Hey, have a great day. Thanks.